Hello, Cinema Roulette fans. So, just a word of warning for this episode that you're about to listen to. Cameron is a little shit-paced. So, shit-paced, did I say with a P or with a C? Faye.
I'm not telling you, just
Okay,
continue.
Cameron is a little shit-faced. So, please excuse me if my ramblings are incoherent. So, yeah. With that said, word of warning, I'll let Justin take it away with the spoiler warning. Boom. Done. Bam.
I'm not feeling really up for the spoiler warning
Really,
today.
dude? Because I can't do it. God knows I can't do it.
Hold on, let me type some of the message and I'll
Okay,
do the
alright.
spoiler warning for you.
Alright.
Warning. We are about to spoil the original Ocean's 11. If you haven't seen the movie and plan on watching it, leave now and come back later. But if you have seen the film, or you just don't care, then please, stick around.
Hey, so did you put the salt in the clouds, huh? Did you let it rain down a little bit?
I couldn't do that, man. Jimmy had too much pumpernickel up his bumhole.
Oh, shit. We gotta put some pressure on it. You know, we gotta pump that right up her goo hole.
We can do this seriously.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cinema Roulette. So today we're doing a movie that is the start of technically 5 movies, but man,
Well, no, it's 4 other ones unless you're counting this one.
I guess so. But today we're doing a movie that was made in the 60s, but was made famous by a group that was famous in the 40s called the Rat Pack.
The Rack Pack.
The Rack Pack, you know. Gotta stay a little sexist here. No, we don't. Shut the fuck up, Brain. So, Justin's having fun. God knows I am. This is the 1960 version of Ocean's 11. Yeah, we did. Okay, so I hope not a lot of people are going to get mad at us. You said the letterbox reviews are fine, yeah?
They were like, I think it was down to 2.9 out of 5 as the average.
Because this is a movie that I gave like a 5 out of 10. It was like, it's fine. It's nothing special, but I wouldn't watch it again. But this has definitely gone down a few notches in my eyes. So I will let Justin take it away with the synopsis here.
Okay, question.
Yeah.
For a synopsis, should I do it in the actual time it takes to explain it, or the movie's time it takes to explain it?
Oh no, do it in the actual time, please. We don't have... fuck that.
We're not making this another 2-hour
No,
episode.
no,
Hope you
fuck
enjoyed
no.
that last one. It was actually
boy.
pretty good.
I actually quite liked it. So
Did you just drop something?
I dropped my phone on my desk, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't break anything.
I will try my best. I promise nothing, but I try my best.
Okay. So there are World War II. Hold on. There are a group of paratroopers veterans from World War II. And one of them, with the last name Ocean, gets the idea to rob 5 casinos. All in one night. He gets his friends together. They go. They set up the plant. They set up the security system so that way the door, instead of turning on emergency lights, it will open the locked doors. They go in, get the money. Disguised as garbage men. They hide the money in the garbage. They go and get it from the dump. One of their friends, what?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were. I might have heard an echo of myself. It happens.
Okay.
However, one of the friends, due to a heart condition that we were told about earlier, he dies after hiding away the money. So, they need to figure out a place to hide the money other than junkyard, because someone else figures out they did and wants half of all the money they grabbed. They decide to hide it in their friend's coffin. However, due to his wife not wanting to ship his body across state lines, they cremate his body, burning all the money. No one gets anything. End of movie.
Thanks, Hays Code.
Yeah, I'll quickly explain that for people who don't know. Hays Code was a bunch of Christians who were saying movies must do this, and it was kind of law in film for a while where you couldn't show sex, you couldn't show gay people, you couldn't have the bad guys win, such as robbers. That's why a lot of heist movies end with them losing the money or being stuck in a situation where they may not get the money. You couldn't. There's a bunch of stupid, just very dumb laws that if you think people are too sensitive nowadays, Psycho is not only famous because of it being one of the first, well, I guess it's kind of one of the first slasher movies in a way.
It's one of the first because it was made in the early 60s or something like that.
Yeah, it was made in the 60s
and
or
Giallos didn't really take off until like the 70s, so it was definitely one of the first quote-unquote proto-slasher films.
And even though there's the shocking shower death, I don't feel that's a spoiler. Everyone, that scene's talked about literally all the fucking time.
At this point, yeah.
That wasn't the most shocking thing. The shocking part, and the first time in that movie, was showing a toilet flushing.
Yep. Because it was considered...
The Hays Code was that fucking strict.
Yeah. It was that full of, like, prudes that it was like, oh no, we can't show a toilet flushing. So that, even back then, that was like, oh my god, a toilet flushing? What the fuck?
How risque.
Yeah.
That's also why screwball comedies existed, where there were a lot of innuendos, but they weren't technically talking about sex.
They relied heavily on double entendres, which had to imply the sexual stuff, not, overtly say it because of Hays Code and shit. So
if you want Some Like It Hot, it's a very enjoyable movie.
That movie is hilarious, but for example, at the beginning they show like a man like on top of a woman. They're clearly romantically involved, and they show like two beforehand. It's like a casino slots. Then they show cherries because get it? He's popping her cherry.
Or there's the classic of two people look like they're about to have sex, and you see a train go in a tunnel.
Yep. Hello, North by Northwest. How are you?
Nice. I thought it was North by Northwest, but I didn't remember.
I was North by Northwest. Yep.
Oh, would you look at that? We went on a tangent not talking about this movie. I wonder why.
So, the thing about the first Ocean's 11 movie, and, the Rat Pack is super famous. And, there's like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., all the other ones whose name I forget. No, Dean Martin. I know Dean Martin. But there's one other
And
one.
the Joker was there, too.
And Cesar Romero. Yes, he was there, too. But he wasn't part of the Rat Pack, but he was there, too. But, like, the thing about this movie is it's one of those movies where it's the first movie. How many times can Cameron say it's one of those movies? Count.
No, that's not what I'm laughing. I'm laughing because every couple seconds you go.
Oh God, this is not going to be good.
Do you want me to talk?
Sure, go on.
I'll
let you take it. Go on.
Or something fucking happened in the movie.
Because they're just kind of there. It's like, oh, there's Frank Sinatra, there's Dean Martin, there's Sammy Davis Jr., there's all the other members of the Rat Pack whose name I forget, but they're there, but they're not really doing anything.
Cameron?
Hello?
I still hear you.
Okay, I think my Discord froze for a sec because you were not there for like a solid 30 seconds.
Apology, I wasn't actually talking.
Okay, go on. Try that whole entire tirade again. So, because of my fucking internet. Okay.
Like, heist movies have a set way of going. You have the gang together. You have saying what the heist is, the problems you're going to face, how you solve those problems, the heist, the things going wrong during the heist, and then victory or failure. Right, that's a heist movie.
That's it. That's a heist movie. Something always has to go wrong during the heist, and then you figure
However, the fucking getting the gang together is literally an
Justin.
5 minutes. Because
Justin.
this fucking movie. What?
Can you say that one more time? Because you said it's literally, and then just cut out for like 20 seconds.
I'm hating your internet, and I hate the fact you're drunk.
Go on. Sorry.
Okay, am I talking at the moment?
Yes, you are.
Cool. Wow, I am sorry for this episode.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on, wait. We'll cut this part if we need to. Do you think we should wait till tomorrow, or should we keep going?
Yeah, my internet's cutting out, so I say we record tomorrow.
Yeah, the internet's being too shitty.
Yeah, because this is like the third fucking time it's been like cut out for like 30 seconds. Okay.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cinema Roulette. I'm here, and I'm feeling a bit better. You can probably tell because I'm more coherent than I was.
Hey, you're just as coherent as normal.
Shut the fuck up, Justin. But so yeah, I wanted to have a bit of fourth wall breaking going on there. You know, we were watching Ocean's 11, but I also drank. So, come on. I'm sober now. It's not as fun, I must say. Just thinking about it. Yeah. So are you gonna chime in
during the movie? We watched the movie like a day before.
No, but basically what happened, I don't even think we said this on air, is
no, we made a warning saying you were drunk at the beginning.
Did. Okay. So I had a few shots.
Cameron remembers nothing of the first half of this episode.
That is not true. I don't remember nothing. I forgot when we did the synopsis. I completely forgot that Justin summarized the whole film. I had about 4 shots worth of vodka, and then it kind of went downhill from there. But no, I remember doing the opening joke. I remember doing the intro and all that, but from there it's kind of a blur.
There was siege at some point.
Yes.
We stopped at some point.
Yes, there was. And we stopped at some point, and then I went out, and yeah, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, back to the movie. Isn't that great? Isn't that an exciting story? More exciting than this fucking movie.
Yeah. I was talking about the padding. I don't know where you.
Oof, so much padding. I'll just let you go with that. I don't remember where. I'll chime in if we need be. Just go.
I don't remember where I left off on the ranting, so if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. It's been a day. But, okay, I kind of remember, because I talked about how a heist movie has a couple of parts. It goes getting the crew together, setting up the heist, figuring out the problems, doing the heist, solving problems during the heist, and then getting away or getting caught.
Yep.
Simple as that. Easy peasy. However, that one part of getting the crew together and then getting to the heist takes an hour, and then the actual heist is 5 minutes. However, you also get 30 minutes of setting up the heist, which is them in a garbage truck. They drive onto the casino lot, they go inside, they do the security box, and then they do the same thing 4 more times.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of how much fucking padding this movie has, they literally show them doing that like 5 different times, and it takes about 20 minutes, I would say, probably.
Yeah, you see Danny Ocean go in. He buys chips. He plays the slots once. And then he helps sneak his buddy into back to go to the security room.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be a signal or something. They go up to the slot machine, pull the handle, and then that's the signal for them to go.
And also probably make it look like they were actually there instead of suspicious.
Yeah. Hold on, we're gonna have to pause. Hi?
One of these days, I'll break your back. I swear it.
It's a good thing for you she doesn't pack a knife.
How do you know she doesn't?
And we're back.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, a little break there.
Yeah, I got drunk between those
Oh,
days,
no.
So welcome to a day later again.
This time the roles have been reversed. Just hard vomits, yeah. We were talking about the padding, right?
Yes. But hey, even the garbage truck isn't enough padding. because we also have the after part of the heist where we focus on the cops and a bunch of other people trying to figure out who robbed everywhere. And it's basically 20 minutes of people going, who did this? We don't know who did this. Do you know who did this? We don't know who did this.
Gee, I wonder who did this. Hold on, someone did this? Well, who did this? We don't know. Do you know who did this? Pretty much, it's just...
And then Ocean's mother lets slip what he was kind of up to, that he was in Vegas. And then his new stepdad figures it out. And then we finally get to the wrap-up of the movie. Well, no, then we get 10 minutes of people being like, oh shit, he knows. Damn it, he knows.
Damn it, I
Did
know.
Ocean plan this?
I don't think he did. I think it was supposed to be like a wrench.
No, they ask that. He didn't plan it.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, and again, we'll get to some of the other problems later, but that is this movie's biggest problem, is just how much padding there is and just the severe pacing issues, because it's boring. It just takes so long to get anything done in the movie.
It feels like they wanted a movie that literally just exists for star power. Like, hey, we have the Rat Pack. Here they are.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're an hour in. There's a plot, probably. They do things. You're singing Ain't That a Kick in the Head for the 4th time.
Yeah. Like, the first time is cool because they don't show the whole song after that, but when they showed the whole song, that was fun and catchy. They were jamming out.
Yeah, the singing is good because they're singers.
Because they're musicians, so...
Yeah. But when you hear the same song 4 times, and not to mention the most boring depiction of Vegas I've seen in a movie.
And I don't think that helps, because besides, everything taking fucking forever, something that just adds to the overall slog is the camera work is not at all creative. Justin realized he's like, everything's kind of filmed from medium shot. And there's really no huge close-ups of people's faces or anything. That's really only when they show their hands grabbing something, and that's it. It's just so bland, the camera work. It's like, you have Vegas. How do you make Vegas look bland?
Shoot it mostly during the day.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Also, for those who don't know what a medium shot is, that's basically a shot that is close enough to see above the waist.
Yeah. And that's all the character talking scenes are shot from. That's it. There's like hardly any movement. The camera's very static. It's just,
I have a feeling they had like a Who Frames Roger Rabbit contract, because in that, Disney and Warner Brothers agreed that both their most famous characters can be on screen, but they have to have the same screen time as the other.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse are in the same shots, or Daffy Duck and Donald.
Ah, okay. Except they actually
No
made
one
that...
was allowed to have more screen time.
That's so interesting. I did not know that, except they worked around that and actually made the movie entertaining.
Such a good movie.
It is. And this is the only movie that it's the only one I've seen, at least, where I would say the whole thing is just too casual. Like, it's very, very laid back for, like, the vast majority of the film until the heist scene. Like, it's people just standing around, talking, doing stuff. Yeah, it's fine, man. Just keep going,
Sometimes saying a sexist joke.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Standing around, talking. It's a lot of talking and not a lot of doing is the thing. And like you said, it's literally past the hour point where they actually start talking about the heist. Like, half of the movie.
That's the point when they're all together.
Half the movie is just them standing around talking and getting everyone together. It's just, God, it's just not good. So that was bland. Cinematography went over. Yeah, so this is the 60s. So there's a lot of smoking and drinking, but there is a bit of casual sexism and racism going on there too.
I mean, the racism doesn't happen as often, but it's a lot less casual.
It is. Yeah, when it happens, it's like, oh no. Like, there's a Chinese character who's one of the assistants, and you can take a wild guess how he sounds like.
Speaking absolute broken English and doing a goofy smile, even though he might have fucked something up.
Yeah.
That's still funny.
It's a little awkward. And of course...
Joke,
what? Go on.
I was going to talk about the Sammy Davis joke.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah.
which a part of me kind of laughed at, but the other part of me felt bad.
Yeah, because they have to put on darker makeup on their faces because they have to sneak around in the junkyard and they don't want anybody to see them. And it's like, how long will this paint stick on or something like that? And he goes over to Sammy makes a quip at their expense and he's like, hey, Sammy, how you take your makeup off or something? And it was...
Yeah, he's just like, hey, how do you get this off? And then you just see Sammy's eyes kind of glaze over like, you son of a bitch.
Like, it's kind of a funny joke, but at the same time, it's like,
Like, I could at least see that one was a joke.
Yes.
But the fucking sexism throughout this movie is kind of like, Jesus, really?
Yeah, even for 1960, it's pretty noticeable because it's always the women who put a wrench in the plans. Because the one woman, I forget if it's Frank Ocean or someone else that comes, or not Frank, Danny or whatever. They come across him and she immediately gets on the phone to call his wife and say, "Hey, guess who's here?" And of course, it's the one guy's mom who figures it out and then goes and blabs to Cesar Romero. It's the women.
Actually, I'll give Danny Ocean's wife this. She is the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
She's funny as hell because, yeah, there is that scene where I think he was having an affair with someone. They see him in Vegas, so she calls up his ex-wife and is like, "Guess who's here?" She's like, "You're acting like I give a shit."
Yeah, it was pretty great. And I also really like the one line where one of the people that Dean Martin was seeing, she came in, she got all mad, and she like threw a cigarette thing at him, and he's like, "Hey, it's a good thing she doesn't pack a knife." How do you know she doesn't? But yeah, just overall, because it's like, it's the Rat Pack, so they were famous in the 40s and all that, so of course they're gonna be a little sexist. So
I will say, for older films, this isn't a hard pill to swallow. It is just kind of something that's like, oof, that didn't age best.
Like, it isn't heinous, it isn't all throughout the film, but there's enough of it to be noticeable and to make you just a little uncomfortable.
Fuck.
What?
Okay, are there any positives to this movie before we continue just shitting on it?
I'm really trying to think here. I mean, obviously the soundtrack, but the jazzy soundtrack was good. But again, it's because, you hired musicians to play the characters, so they probably got a jazz orchestra to do it. So that's always good. The musical numbers were fun. That's the only thing I really remember from the movie is how catchy some of the songs were.
Sammy Davis,
He's
though
great.
he was only in like 10 scenes, he's probably the next best character to Frank's ex-wife.
Yeah, because he's very likable. So
yeah, he's just he's the only one with energy throughout the fucking film.
Yeah, he's very charming, and he's the only one who kind of is just having fun throughout the whole thing.
And he has the best quips at everyone. So
yes. Yeah. So yeah.
that's fun.
Out of all the members of the Rat Pack, I think Sammy Davis is definitely the most enjoyable. I always like Dean Martin, but in this character, he plays a pretty big sleazebag. So, and jokingly
Is he the one that keeps giving the one dude a heart attack, basically?
No, that was Frank Sinatra. But no, Dean Martin was the guy who sung "Ain't That a Kick in the Head." Him.
Oh, the one who sang that 6 times.
Yeah, he plays a bit of a sleazebag in this character, and they kind of make fun of it. He's like, "Yeah, well, I'm the best thing about this," and stuff like that. But he's always good. But yeah, I like the rest of the Rat Pack. Even Frank Sinatra wasn't all that memorable in the movie, frankly.
Also, I guess one middle point is this is our Christmas episode. It's a Christmas movie.
It is technically a Christmas movie, and that was not intentional.
That wasn't intentional, but it takes place on Christmas and New Year's.
Yep.
I guess it's about gang people together, so it counts.
Exactly. In a way, yes. I actually completely forgot it was a Christmas movie because I forgot most of this movie the first time I watched it.
This is the second time you watched it.
Yeah.
Wait, is the person who died the one who had the son in military school?
I believe so, yes. He was the one with the heart
Oh,
condition.
okay, so we were supposed to feel bad about that.
Yeah,
Got it.
he was the one with the heart condition, so.
Okay.
Yep, that happened. That should
Yep,
go to
that-
show how memorable most of the characters were.
That should show the real emotional weight of this movie.
Yeah. Like I said, the first time I didn't say this on air, but the first time I watched this movie, I gave it more of a 5 out of 10, probably because I zoned out for most of it. I was just like, it was fine, nothing special, it was boring, but okay. And it's definitely gone down a few notches upon second viewing because you really feel it drag, and some of the sexist and racist remarks are just little. So it's not one I would watch again. I will say that.
I'd like to note you did actually say that last recording.
Well, I don't remember most of last recording.
I know, I just found it funny.
Oh, God.
Another thing in this movie is the main, not Ocean, but the other person who's leading this robbery
Uh-huh.
has some of the...
I just said uh-huh.
Okay. Has some of the worst ADR I've seen in a movie in a while.
Yeah, because the whole guy leading this, I don't even know what nationality he's supposed to be, because he talks like this and stuff like that. Is he like Russian or something? I don't know.
Nico, it's your cousin!
Pretty much, but yeah, they keep giving him a heart attack, but there's these weird times where either like the lip doesn't match, but what was really, really noticeable was it kind of kept cutting. Like, and there was a noticeable like break in his dialogue, and then it kept going, like almost like it was skipping or something like that.
Yeah, and I'd like to note, we weren't using a totally legal version. We were on HBO Max.
We were streaming this off of HBO Max, yeah, and it still had that weird audio problem, and it had to have been the ADR because none of the other characters had that problem. It was just him.
Yeah, and also some of the lips, just like with other characters too, some of the lips don't match, like the kid we mentioned a second ago.
Yes.
He's growing up to be a ventriloquist.
You almost had the joke.
I almost did, but that word is hard.
Yeah. And he talks
it's like,
Go
hello,
on.
Dad, how are you? His lips are shut.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, he kind of like mumbles it like, oh, how are you?
Even he didn't want to be in this fucking
I know,
movie.
right? And he was, what, 10 probably? Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, it's really sad because there really isn't much positive to say about this movie. It's just, it's a slog, it's boring, and it's one of the few films, and I think we can go on this tangent for a little while, it's one of the few films that actually warranted a remake. Because we said something about this during the film where it's like, you know, these are the kinds of films that we should be remaking, not classics or something, you know, because people remember it, but take a movie that's older, that isn't all that good, and improve on it.
Yeah, because the idea of robbing 5 casinos, that's fucking impressive. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
But they just, you know, don't.
Mm-hmm.
They just decided, let's have that be the last 3 minutes of the movie type deal.
Yeah.
Well, okay, not the last 3 minutes, but just 5 minutes in the middle of the movie. Okay, there it is. There's your heist.
Great. Thanks. Really appreciate that one.
And, like, going back real quick on it being boring.
Yeah.
I tweeted about this without saying we were doing this movie. But there's a fine line between making fun of a movie because it's so bad it's good,
Mm-hmm.
and making fun of a movie because you need to entertain yourself while you watch it.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this during the movie too. I'm like, it's really sad that like we had more fun riffing on it than we did watching the actual movie, because there's nothing wrong with having that, but the movie itself has to be entertaining in some way, shape, or form. Like The Room has Tommy Wiseau, Need You Say More. Troll 2 is so stupid that it's hilarious, but this we needed it just to stay sane.
Yeah, otherwise I would have passed right the fuck out watching this. There's like 5% of the movie that's redeemable. Everything else is just boring.
Yeah. And it's really sad when we had more fun thinking about the parody that we could make of this movie than actually watching the movie.
I don't remember what we said during it, but we were thinking of like a young Frankenstein style remake where it's still technically the same movie, just everything is exaggerated in some way.
Yeah. Like the part where she says, oh, can you light me up for a cigarette? Have them literally light her on fire.
Yeah, don't burn gasoline, just set her ablaze. Or anytime Sammy Davis Jr. is driving the garbage truck, there's like this jazzy trombone following him around, so we just imagine the band riding on the back, playing their hearts out.
Or like it's a close up of him in the thing, and like they're on a separate car behind him, just going by. Oh god, that would be great. But yeah, we kind
Actually, now I'm imagining when the cops stop him in the garbage truck. It's like, you doing anything suspicious? You see the entire band peek out the window and just shake their head. Officer.
Yes, that would be amazing. But yeah, it's just this movie is definitely one that we don't recommend. I would say, just judging from my memory, I it's been a good few years since I've watched the Ocean's 11 remakes, but skip to those instead. They're much more entertaining than the original. So
yeah, there's a reason those come up before the fucking original.
And I mean, let's just be 100% honest here. If this didn't have all of the members of the Rat Pack in it, this movie would be forgotten by history.
Honestly, yeah.
Like, if this did not have the star power of the Rat Pack, no one would even remember it. So
there's no real interesting camera work. The songs, while good, aren't like earworms or anything.
Yeah.
And the story is just a heist movie, but slower.
Yeah. Like, heist movies have been done better before that.
Yeah, this isn't even one of those cases where it's like, well, of course, 40 years later, we've done better heist movies. No, there were better heist movies coming out at the same time.
Yeah, and even beforehand, I forget, there's one film that has a really famous, it's a French film, has a really famous, like, heist sequence. I forget what it's called. But it's like, that was made in, like, the 40s and 50s. It's like, guys, we've done Rafiki. That's it.
Oh, I've heard of Rafiki.
Yeah, and that, let me see, when was that made?
I do not know.
Yeah, 1955. Jules Dassin was the director. Yeah, so 5 years before, there was a much better heist movie.
Yeah, I'm happy this was remade and apparently good.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the other Ocean's movies.
Yeah, but we will get to those. Don't you worry, good sirs.
The real question now is, Ocean's 8 better than this?
I would say probably.
It's a low bar.
It is, because everything I heard about that movie was just, it's fine.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'll give the movie more credit. There's one cool thing that happens is they're doing the heist on New Year's.
Yeah.
And as people are counting down, a red balloon goes over the camera and it wipes, so that way it goes to the next set with different colored balloons. I mean, the other casino.
Yes. And the funny thing is, it's like, where was this beforehand? The movie did montages during the actual heist, but beforehand we had to go to every single solitary casino 5 different times. It's like, oh wow, we're actually using clever cuts to cut between the casinos? What the fuck?
Oh, that was hard to do.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's just not good, and we really don't recommend this. Even as just a starting point, skip right to the George Clooney movies.
Yeah, just fuck it.
Yep, that's about our review of it. So we are at about 25 something. With that, probably a little more. So it's a normal length.
And the other one probably has 10 minutes. So 30-minute episode. It's a short one.
It's a short one, but it's not to the point where I feel bad.
And also, last episode was 2 hours, so
yeah,
this is fair.
That's fine. So, that was our review of Ocean's 11. So with that said, is it time, my friend?
It is time. We are getting back to the normal wheel 2 instead of sellout wheel, where we have 4 movies left.
Hell yeah. And we will finish it up during this whole spinny section. Yay!
Yeah, we're all December. Again, we're not doing TV shows till next year. So all December is finishing up wheel 2.
Yep.
Which we'll never do this again in a year, mostly because all the other wheels we have planned are like 40 movies long instead of 16.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot. We'll talk about it when we get to it.
Yep.
But for now, we have 4 movies left. of... Hold on. Okay. We have 4 movies left of In a World, Time Bandits, Jingoku, and Cabaret.
All right.
I don't know why I have to say Jingoku that way.
I
but
don't know why
just
you do either. You always add an N. It's Jigoku, but he always adds an N for Jingoku.
Sounds better. Eat me. Okay. And it is time to spin. Yay!
Is it Cabaret?
It's Cabaret!
Yeah. Stay tuned for Cabaret, ladies and gentlemen. Yay!
Actually, with Cabaret, now, besides Jingoku, you kind of knowing what that's going to be, we don't know what the other 2 are going to be like.
Because what are the other 2 again?
Time Bandits and In a World.
And you hadn't seen either of those.
I have not seen either of those.
Okay.
Cabaret is also a director favorite, so you'll find out which director it is next time.
This wheel's pretty even, come to think of it. There's 2 movies that we don't know. Neither of us have seen. I've seen Jigoku and you haven't, and you've seen Cabaret and I haven't. So there you go.
Yep.
Even
so,
Stevens.
We will see you next time.
Yep. See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.